Quiet on the set. 3, 2, shut up. Action.
I have no idea what Brad's doing, but you're watching Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Got another vehicle spotlight for you. It's 2016 Silverado 1500. Now this is going to be a high country with a leveling kit and then some 12 wides and 305/50s. Let's go.
Trucks decked out, rolling through the wood and it flexed out. Rims so big and the windows black, got the knob all lit up, double chromed out stacks. Yeah, we love to get them dirty, but still they so clean. Custom Offsets, Team Stance is the team. We on top of it now, we ain't never gonna fade. So you better get ready for taking over the game.
Like I said, we got 2016, the Chevy Silverado 1500. So as usual, you'll hear my bias. It's got pretty much all the options. It's a high country, so you're gonna see projector headlights. And in 16, they went with all the accent lighting. You'll see lots of extra chrome because of the high country. You'll see the high country mirrors, which are tinted out, chromed. We'll show you some sweet interior and all that stuff, but we have to do the drill. Let's talk fitment. So these wheels, come check them out, Junior. We're gonna have to do a hot new on these, Junior.
Deal.
This is gonna be a double up. So these are the Brute. Brute is a new wheel that came out. Right now, I don't think they're allowing us to sell them. I don't think they're allowing anybody to sell them but themselves. But we're not gonna take that away from them because they're still badass. So this is the Reaper. And you can see it's in like a bronze gold finish. And then it's got the machining all the way around the inside of the windows and the blades. That is a 20x12, and it's a -44 offset, and you'll see that it's a full 6-inch lip.
Overhand.
Which one?
The bottom one.
Oh my God.
There you go.
You didn't buy that fancy thumb thing that lets you look down yet? Oh boy. So you'll see though, with the spokes being so straight, the minute this truck pulled in, if I was just standing there guessing, I would have said it was a 14 wide -76. This lip looks humongous, and I think it's because they went with such a small cap. And then the spike lug nuts stick out intensely because the cap is so small, and these blades are so straight, every single spoke, that it just makes it give the illusion of a massive lip. So it's a really cool wheel. It's the Brute Reaper, like I said, 20x12 -44. And then he's running Nitto 420s, and that's the 420s. And it's a 305/50, so that's like 32x12, 32.2, I think, by 12. Junior can put some text over the top of what I just said if I'm totally wrong. But he's got the 2.5, it's called a level lift. It's a rough country 2.5-inch level lift. So he's got the spacer in here up front, Junior, which is like a 2 to 2.5-inch spacer. And then the rear, it takes out the stock 2-inch block and it replaces it with a 3-inch block. So it's hard to see because it's so close, but it still has a little bit of rake because he brought up the ass of it a little bit too. So you usually have like a 1/2-inch rake where the back of the truck is about a 1/2 inch taller than the front. As far as trimming goes up front, he didn't do any, but it's gonna continuously hit. You'll see that the paint is worn off of this screw right here. That's how close it is. So he says he's getting about 1.5 turns out of the steering wheel. So it's more of a swerve than a turn at this point. But if you don't want to go chopping up your truck, it's proof again that you could run this setup without doing any trimming. You'll see there's no trimming in the front either. And you can run this setup as is if you're willing to just let it rub a little bit. The other option, because of the way that Chevy made these, you would have to cut all of this out, and then there's a big open pocket behind there. So this plastic corner, you'd be cutting all this out of there, and you would absolutely see that it's trimmed. With the newer Chevys, it's impossible to completely hide it like you could with the older style, where the flap came all the way down and there was extra metal to tuck up behind there. So, you know, if you're trying to keep a real clean truck, which this one obviously is being brand new, that's definitely an option that I would entertain, because a little bit of rubbing doesn't matter. They're gonna be looking at you at Walmart anyways because it's a sweet truck. So he's got 20% match tint And then a 5% brow, if you look at that front windshield. And then of course factory is 20% on the rear window and on side glass. And like I said, chrome spike lug nuts look absolutely amazing on these wheels. You're gonna see the chrome underneath. This is all high country stuff, and then chrome handles. I believe the tailgate is also chrome. Interior wise is gonna be high country all day. So it's got that really cool, I keep calling it camelish, probably figure out what color that really is on a dark chocolate brown. When I first opened one of these, I went, oh my God, what is that? And then all of a sudden I went, oh my God, that is really clean, because it's got the complete real wood trim all the way throughout and on the center console. And then it's got every option made, including the moonroof. So it's a really high-end luxury looking interior that really goes well with the black trucks when you put it all together. And then Junior, he's got the factory power boards. I didn't even know they made those, but now I want some. You want to see it? Camera 1? Camera 2. You can see, to give it an extra touch, he came through and tinted the high country mirror lenses. Just takes the little bit of orange that comes on the truck out of there. And then on his bow ties, both front and rear, he just used a really thick vinyl and did the American flag on front and rear. And then these have a dimple underneath them, but because he used a thicker vinyl, it really came out really clean, and you can't see the little dimples that they snuck in there. So, badass truck. Remember what we taught you. Water doesn't really pool up in that hood, even though it looks like there would be a giant puddle right now. It's an illusion. This thing actually tips down. I'm gonna point that out every time because I'm just mystified by it. Did I miss anything, Junior? Did I miss anything, Chase? That's Chase's truck. It's super badass. I would say, well, get a profile shot. Because he's 12 wide 0550s on basically a leveling kit, he's sticking out a good solid 3 inches out of the fenders front and rear. And because it's not a lift, he didn't need any spacers. They're already still a square setup, and front and rear sticking out about the same. So it's a badass look. I'm thinking CO24 might have to get some 12 wides and some 305s, Junior. But we're gonna make it work without any leveling, and we're just gonna swerve instead of turn. 2017 swerving. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like. Peace.